In this week's channel messages from the guides, we talk about learning to trust yourself and not coming from a place of conditioning or judgment. Everything is mental, it all comes from where your thoughts are and where your focus is, and that builds what you see around you. So you just need to take that pause, come back into your strength, and make choices that reflect where you want to go in your future. For those of you that are new to the channel, I'm a light worker that uses automatic writing to channel messages from my guides, and I share their messages here on this channel. So let's get into this week's reading. Your life is your choice. Despite what is going on around you, you always have options. It's a matter of if you're ready to step out of your comfort zone and try something new that you don't already know the outcome of. Change can be scary if you associate stability with safety. You only understand the outcomes because it's all been done before. If that is the only way that you live your life, is that really living or just repeating what has already been done? Safety is wherever you make it. You are the only one that determines how you feel and the value that you give to different situations or scenarios. Are you viewing things with excitement or are you coming from fear? Are you allowing yourself to test your limits or just repeating what you already know you can do? Life is what you make of it. You can change it up at any time you'd like. You can evolve, change, test out new scenarios. Nothing is preventing this except you and where you place your fears and your priorities. Are you able to remove the fear and move ahead anyway? Fear is just a tool. This means you can use it or not. There are always other tools and other options available to you. This means fear is also an option, which means it's not real. Come from a place of trust. Learn to trust yourself, your instincts, and all the knowledge that you have acquired through the years. This allows you to step out of your comfort zone. This allows a sense of safety, even when something is new and you can't foreshadow all the outcomes. Once you trust yourself, you can start to tune into your answers instead of letting what is happening around you cause panic. No matter what is happening, you can always pause and remember the only thing that is happening is you are breathing. The rest are thoughts, scenarios, and stories you tell yourself. It's only as real as you allow it to be. Everything is mental. Everything is created first by thoughts. Once you realize that, you can start to break through the illusion. You must then start to control your thoughts and what you are doing. Are your thoughts negative and convincing you are small and can't do something? Are they repeating stories, trying to get you to heal and learn from your past? Are they creating worst case scenarios out of fear when thinking about future events? You must recognize what your mind is doing and start to fix or shift what is not aligned with where you want to go and what you want to accomplish. Replace the negative with positive. Replace the worry with confidence. Replace the fear with excitement for something new. Forgive your past and move forward with your life. Control your thoughts, and you can control your life and what you receive. Where do your thoughts come from? Is it conditioning, past trauma, and ego trying to control you? Anything negative that you say to yourself is not coming from a loving place and is therefore not true. At your core, you come from love. So anything that does not resonate with that vibration is keeping you in your 3D simulation instead of letting you remember your potential, remember your magic, remember your true self. That's the part of you that is important during these troubling times. That's the part of you that knows what's true and can see through. That can lead you to a path of love, safety, and security. You just need to remember to use it as a compass and let it guide the way. You must learn to trust yourself again instead of listening to doubts and what others have said in the past to maintain control or keep you small. Those are just tactics, tools used by them to manipulate and get the results they want. They are not true. Remove yourself from these situations and you'll start to see the truth. Start to rely on yourself and trust your abilities and gifts, and you'll start to see your strengths and why they were afraid to let you shine. You are stronger than you think you have convinced yourself you are. You just need to shift your lens to view it correctly. You need to give yourself credit for your accomplishments and how far you have come. You are still here, not despite your past, but because of it. Those experiences and lessons have shown you how resilient you are. They have given you empathy. Once removed from those situations, you were able to recognize and see things that others might not because of those experiences. It has provided you an understanding. All experiences add to your perspective and ability to understand different situations and aspects, not only of others, but of yourself. Without those experiences, there is no growth. Without those experiences, there is no deeper understanding of what someone might be experiencing and going through, as you wouldn't have that in depth reference point. This is much like those parts of society that have limited interactions or experiences with other cultures. They can only go by what they are told and what they believe. They will only seek out that which is aligned with their belief systems. Whereas those that study different cultures or embed themselves in diverse cities where they are interacting with people of different beliefs, they will see and understand things differently. This is why there is such a divide in society between how those in culture diverse areas vote versus those in secluded small towns. It is not the fault of either party, but it is the experience and understanding that allows for community and the sharing of ideas and values. Sharing is how you grow and expand. If you only surround yourself with what you already know and understand, then it is just reinforcing that. If you want to have something different, you must open the doors and be willing to be open to new experiences, new understandings, and see things through a different lens. This is how growth and inclusion happens. You must recognize this to fully understand where another is coming from. They can only understand from the experiences and reference points that they have available to them. This is why it's important to educate and incorporate to better understand. Otherwise, it's very easy to be manipulated and preyed upon due to that limited knowledge. This is how news outlets work as well. If you only watch the ones that reinforce your views, then you aren't getting all of the facts, just what lens they want you to see things out of. This is a form of manipulation. It allows them to control the narrative. This is how dictatorships work in certain nations. If the government controls the news and narrative, then the people only know what they are told and they find the truth hard to believe, even with the proof right in front of them. These are just things to keep in mind. The judgment should not be towards the individuals, but on who is doing the manipulating and what they gain from it. You must not come from judgment, but from understanding as to what is happening. This allows you to see the signs and learn from history. You then get to choose how you proceed in life and with your decisions. Will you follow the masses or ask questions and find your own path? Will you believe the narrative or seek out the truth? This is the same for spiritual paths. Will you find what is true and dismiss what the masses want you to believe? This is why it is an individual journey. You must learn to trust yourself to find the truth, to see things clearly and remove the blinders. It does not mean that you can't trust others, but you must trust yourself first so that you know who to trust and what is truth. Finding peace within yourself is the key as it gives you back your power instead of allowing others to have that control. Think of the cults on your planet. They prey on those looking for acceptance and validation from others. If the members were not seeking the love or acceptance of the leaders or to belong, they would recognize that it is not where they want to be and leave. It's the priority of acceptance, the belief in what is told, over trusting of self that allows such things to thrive and exist. The question then becomes, what has caused the need to prioritize these aspects? What needs healed for them to trust their own voice and want something different than the crowd? Once you stop and ask those questions, it's that pause that creates space for your true self to try to reach out to you. But many do not take that pause, and many do not listen. Finding your own place in this world is difficult when you haven't taken the time to know yourself and understand why you are who you are and where your likes and dislikes stem from. Fitting in and finding your tribe are not the same things. Fitting in implies changing who you are to be liked by others for acceptance. Finding your tribe means being yourself and finding those that accept you for who you are and want to see you grow, expand, and succeed. Both provide communities, but they are not the same with what they offer and how free you will be. It's okay to want to have others around you and not feel alone. but you must still love yourself enough to set boundaries and make sure you are seeking the correct things for what you want out of life. Your life and what you receive starts with you, and that comes from how much you love yourself and the boundaries you set and what you want to see out of your life. How open are you to seeing the truth instead of what is handed to you? How open are you to understanding instead of passing judgment? How free are you to start a new path instead of following the crowds? You always have a choice, and the better you know yourself, the stronger your footing becomes. You will not falter or become easily manipulated. Trusting yourself allows you to see the truth, understand the motives, and see through a lens that sees much further than others who want to keep you small. So come into that pause, come into your peace, and trust your own voice when making decisions. You're not stuck when you stop following your heart. So open your eyes, open your heart, and see where tomorrow leads. Your life is in your hands, so choose wisely. Thank you, and I will see you next week.